Have you ever noticed how some people constantly talk about wanting more money, yet their financial situation never really changes? They hope for a better paycheck, dream about financial freedom, or imagine hitting the perfect opportunity. But year after year, their bank account looks almost the same. Meanwhile, others quietly build wealth even without dramatic breakthroughs. The difference often comes down to one simple principle: money follows action, not wishful thinking. Before we break this down, if you enjoy learning practical ways to understand how money actually works, consider subscribing to Wealtiny, liking the video, and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss future insights that can help you strengthen your financial habits. Now, let's start with a simple truth. Thinking about money is not the same as moving toward it. Many people spend years researching, planning, imagining, and waiting for the right time. But wealth building almost always begins with small, consistent actions. Pattern interrupt. Think about this for a moment. How many times have you told yourself you would start saving, investing, or building an extra source of income someday? And how often does someday quietly turn into next year? The idea that action drives results is strongly supported in behavioral research. Studies in behavioral economics show that human behavior, daily habits, choices, and routines plays a major role in financial outcomes. In other words, knowledge alone rarely creates wealth unless it leads to consistent action. Let's look at a common example. Two people might read the same book about investing. One of them feels inspired, but never actually opens an investment account. The other decides to start investing a small amount every month. 5 years later, the second person may have a growing portfolio while the first still only has ideas. Pattern interrupt. Knowledge becomes powerful only when it changes behavior. This principle appears repeatedly in financial history. Many successful investors emphasize disciplined action rather than perfect predictions. One of the most widely discussed ideas in long-term investing is that consistent contributions over time often outperform attempts to perfectly time the market. Educational materials from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission explain that long-term investing, combined with the power of compound interest, allows small investments to grow significantly over time. But compound interest only works if money is actually invested. Pattern interrupt. Imagine two people earning the same salary. One begins investing $200 every month in their 20s, while the other waits until their 30s to begin. Even though both eventually invest the same monthly amount, the person who started earlier could accumulate far more wealth simply because they took action sooner. Time rewards movement. Another reason money follows action is opportunity exposure. Opportunities rarely appear to people who remain inactive. When someone starts taking financial steps, learning new skills, networking, starting projects, investing, they naturally place themselves in environments where opportunities appear. For example, someone exploring freelance work might meet potential clients. A person studying business might discover a market gap. An investor researching companies might identify promising opportunities. None of these discoveries happen without first taking action. Pattern interrupt. Think about the last time you tried something new related to income, investing, or learning. Did it open new ideas or possibilities you hadn't noticed before? Action creates awareness. There is also a psychological factor involved. When people take even small steps toward a financial goal, it builds confidence and motivation. Progress encourages more progress. This feedback loop is discussed frequently in behavioral studies, including research summarized by the American Psychological Association, which highlights how small achievements can strengthen motivation and goal commitment. In simple terms, action builds momentum. Another reason wishful thinking fails is because it often replaces responsibility. It's easy to imagine future success while avoiding uncomfortable steps like budgeting, learning new skills, or starting a project that might fail. But financial growth usually involves experimentation. Some ideas work. Others don't. Each attempt teaches something valuable. Pattern interrupt. Imagine waiting for the perfect opportunity versus creating 10 small opportunities through action. Which path is more likely to produce results? Most successful entrepreneurs, investors, and professionals share a similar pattern. They try many things. Some succeed, some fail, but the constant factor is movement. Here's another important point. Action does not need to be dramatic. In fact, wealth often grows through small, repeated steps rather than giant leaps. Saving $20 a week, learning a skill for 30 minutes a day, or investing consistently may seem minor in the moment. But over months and years, those habits accumulate into meaningful progress. Pattern interrupt. Small actions compound just like money does. Another powerful benefit of action is feedback. When you try something, launching a side hustle, investing in a market, or learning a new financial skill, you receive real information about what works and what doesn't. That feedback helps refine your strategy. Without action, there is no feedback, and without feedback, there is no improvement. This is why people who move forward, even imperfectly, often progress faster than those who endlessly plan. Now, let's bring this idea back to everyday life. If someone wants more money but never tracks their spending, builds skills, explores opportunities, or invests, their financial situation is unlikely to change significantly. But if that same person starts taking even small steps, automating savings, learning about investing, or exploring ways to earn additional income, the trajectory begins to shift. Pattern interrupt. The difference between wishing and building wealth is usually measured in daily habits. Here's a simple framework you can try today. First, identify one financial goal. It might be building an emergency fund, starting an investment account, or developing a new income skill. Second, choose one small action you can repeat consistently. The key word here is consistent. Third, track progress weekly. Seeing improvement reinforces motivation and helps refine your strategy. Over time, these actions form systems that support financial growth. Remember, money is not attracted by intention alone. It follows value creation, effort, learning, and disciplined decisions. Wishful thinking may feel motivating in the short term, but it rarely produces measurable results. Action does. So, here's a question worth reflecting on today. What is one financial action you could take this week that that your future self would appreciate. Maybe it's opening a savings account, learning about investing, starting a side project, or simply reviewing your monthly spending. Small steps taken today can quietly transform your financial future over time. And if you want to keep learning practical ideas that help you build wealth through smarter habits and consistent action, subscribe to Wealtiny, like the video, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next lesson.